I went all in sport. There have been matches where I've realized that I can do this, I can hold my nerves and go to the next level.
When you started playing as a kid, whom did you look up to?
Then it was Saina.
Or winning a medal in Olympics, did it play a role?
It did. That helped me a lot, as in support-wise. Even my parents could see that there is something in sport.
Of course, you have a calling for sports, but there's any other sport that can be as exciting or easier, better.
Every sport has its own hurdles. It's really tough to play any type of sport. So whichever one I choose, I think I would still feel it's difficult.
In today's Blue Rising podcast, I have with me Tanya Hemanth. Tanya is a top-ranked international shuttler from Bangalore. Her journey from Indiranagar to international courts across the world is very inspirational. In today's conversation, we'll cover her journey and would love to know secrets of how she made it to the highest level. Listen in. Hi Tanya.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Very happy to have you here. Would love to know about your badminton journey and we'll ask different questions around those.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, so Tanya, from your childhood to your badminton journey now, where you're an international player, playing tournaments across the world. How was this journey? How did you end up being an international badminton player?
So I started playing around 7 years old, and my mom used to play with her friends at Indiranagar club.
And this was in Bangalore?
Yeah, it was in Bangalore. So she used to take me after school with her, and I sort of liked the game and I started playing. And then maybe a few years down the line, I realized that I'm good at this and I can do it professionally.
But how did that discovery happen? Did you end up playing some smaller tournaments, local tournaments? Did you start coaching formally?
Correct. So I used to I started off with the state tournaments, under 10 and under 13, that level tournaments. And I feel like there was a lot of support as well from my parents that, you can take this up professionally.
Yeah. So for a young kid to start training long hours and trying to be a professional, you have to let go of a lot, right? So how do you make that choice at that point in time that today I can either have fun, just be with friends, or train super hard? So how is that trade-off? Do you remember anything from those days where that trade-off happens almost every day, right? So what kept you motivated? How did you make those decisions?
I think training was super fun for me.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, even though it was hard, I was able to learn new things. I was able to do what I love. So I feel like that was the most positive thing that I could.
Oh yeah, if it was fun and if you felt that was fun, then it's very different. Yeah. So when did you start playing international? At what level?
So I played a couple of tournaments when I was in the under 17, under 15 category, but I started playing properly a few years back. I think 3 or 4 years back.
Got it.
That's after the pandemic is when I started properly playing international tournaments.
If you have to talk about, just badminton as a sport, which is, of course, India is pretty decent, and I would say maybe after cricket, one of the most popular sports in the country. But of course, it is a very tough sport, physically demanding and everything. Did you ever think that, of course you have a calling for sports, but there's any other sport that can be as exciting, or any other sport which could be easier, better?
Maybe I did, but then I realized that every sport has its own hurdles, has its own. It's really tough to play any type of sport. So whichever one I choose, I think I would still feel it's difficult. And
being in Bangalore was helpful. Like, of course, I would say it's almost the badminton capital of the country. So was it better or tougher, having better peers, so much competition, or even at a junior level, so much competition? Was it?
No, it was really good because when I started my under 15 and under 17, there were a lot of players in the state itself who were playing at really good levels. So it was really good for me, the competition, the environment, the people that I would play with and against. There was so much rivalry at that time, so helped me a lot.
So transitioning from a junior player to a senior player, requires a very different mindset. So have you ever been part of any formal training, formal coaching, just for the winning mindset, or ability to take more pressure and deal with pressure, or is something which just comes naturally to you?
I think it comes with experience more than anything. You can't really learn some things in theory. You have to do it, and then only you'll figure stuff out.
Or do you have any examples of any tight matches where you held your nerves? It could be any level. So
it's a process, right? So even from when I was in under 10, there have been matches where I've realized that I can do this. I can hold my nerves and go to the next level. Yeah.
And are there any techniques that help you, like breathing technique or visualization, or how does it work?
Yeah,
because a lot of athletes are talking about these techniques now.
So I feel like breathing and journaling really helps.
Oh, journaling,
yeah. It helps to get your thoughts together and be able to give your best on court, I feel. But finally, it's just that day, how you feel, how you're doing. And it's a lot with the way you're playing at the moment, the way your opponent is playing. And I think this all helps, but it's just that day.
Badminton players' life is very, very hectic with just the practice, training, fitness training. How is your day typically? Like, how many hours of badminton? What kind of fitness level? Like, how do you plan your day typically?
So it all depends on how I'm feeling, but I usually have one session in the mornings, and the next session in the evening would be in the gym or like a conditioning session, agility, depending on what I'm working on, what is going wrong on court. So mostly I focus on court, on techniques and things that I can work on to improve. So I spend a lot of time working on these things and staying on the court. So like 3 or 4 hours just on court.
Got it. And a lot of technology has come into sport these days. People using a lot of video techniques and analytics techniques. Anything that you're seeing badminton players do, anything that you are using yourself as a practice?
Not yet. I feel like that would be a really good thing for us to look into and use. I think I'm just using heart rate monitors to figure out how my heart rate is in tournaments and in practice, and how best it can help me. I can probably use it in practice as well, and try to match the heart rates that are happening in matches.
See, I think if you look at the journey of India's badminton, of course there was Prakash Padukone sir in 80s, and then Saina, when she won the Olympic medal, it became a really, really big thing. And then of course Sindhu has won 2 since then, and Chirag and Satvik and Lakshya, everyone seems to be like right up there. For you growing up, who were your idols? Because a lot of these players are also almost still playing in contemporaries. So when you started playing as a kid, whom did you look up to, and what was your source of inspiration?
So then it was Saina. Yes. I think she was the first.
Her winning a medal in Olympics, did it play a role?
Yeah, it did. It did. Like, nice. I mean, I think that's how badminton has become the second most important sport in India right now. So that helped me a lot, as in support-wise. Even my parents could see that there is something in sport, because it was always like, no, you have to study before, right? So she was my idol then. Now it's Tai Tzu Ying.
Of course.
So I love her style of play, even the way she prepares for her matches.
Have you met her ever?
Yeah, I played her twice.
Oh, you've played her twice already? Didn't realize.
So it was a very good experience.
Did she have any word of advice for you? Did she
I haven't spoken to her actually. I would love to. But I mean, getting in that zone, even I also don't want to give away. I also want to show my this one, right?
Of course. Do it. Yes. No, amazing. Preparing for a practice, preparing on a regular day versus preparing for a tournament. What's your ritual like? What do you do heading up into a tournament, and more importantly on a match day? What's your typical ritual, preparation, etc.?
I feel like I'm still working on it. It's a very trial and error thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I try my best to keep the same routines before a match and even before my practice, so that it helps me get into that mind space that I'm getting ready to play a really tough match now. So that's mostly what I do.
And right now, if you look at any modern athlete, I think fitness and nutrition science has just revolutionized the way athletes are. Are you seeing any benefits? Are you trying anything there?
I go to Invictus.
Okay, nice.
And they help me a lot in the sports science area and even nutrition as well. So there's a lot of things that I'm trying to utilize and trying to get into my program, and I think it has been helping me.
Got it. What's your ultimate goal? Of course, representing the country in Olympics is a very, very big goal, but if you have to like take a 10-year view of your badminton, like how do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known for in terms of badminton?
So I think Taizu is a very good example like that. I mean, even though she's not playing, I feel like people are missing her more than ever now. Everyone's like, okay, we need Taizu back on court. So just, being able to play to my potential, being able to play freely and use the court as a sort of area, like a canvas to basically paint, or I don't know, like use all of my skills and try to become the best in the world. Best sort of skill, best techniques.
Got it. If you were to ever pick a doubles partner, past, present, future, who would you choose as your doubles partner?
I think it would be Taizu.
Yeah, nice, brilliant. So Tanya, I think a lot of examples when we see in sports right now, especially women in the sports, come from a lot of smaller cities, smaller towns, and the exposure levels are very different. How is it being a big city person, big city girl, and being into sports? Because I've been chatting with a lot of athletes, and the journey of a small city athlete, someone who comes from a different background, is very different, very challenging. But and they have their own journey, of course. But in your case, I think growing up in Bangalore would have been a privilege as well, and then still being able to focus on a sport versus any life you would choose. So how does that matter when you play tournaments, when you play national tournaments? You also see people from different walks of life. So how has your background conditioned you, and what's your advice for city parents, where they have real opportunities for the kids to take up any profession now, even if it's not academics, you would see almost all opportunities available. So what would your advice for younger kids who are in Bangalore, Delhi, Bombay, where there's a life opportunity ahead of them? How do they make a decision of playing professional sport? And same advice for parents.
I guess it just depends on them and how much they are planning to, they are going to put into their sport, how much effort, how much time they would try to give into their sport, because I mean, it takes a lot of your
because
time.
the question I'm trying to ask is that for a lot of people who end up being international athletes coming from villages, it seems like an all-in for them, that this is all they'll do and figure out. But coming from again, I'm just hypotheticating, but in a larger city, there are more opportunities, so you need not be all in. But again, picking one over another, how does that decision happen?
I think it's the same for me. I feel like I went all in sport.
Yeah.
So it can probably be the same if you look at it that way. I think you just have to take that decision.
And when did you take that decision that I'm all in sport?
I think it happened over time.
Yeah. So what are the stage gates? Because I hear a lot of people say class 8 is that, 10 is that, college is that. So what were your various stage gates where you said, okay, I choose sport. So
I think in 10th grade was when I properly stopped going to, I probably went to school like a month or something.
Yeah, and that would have been a big decision, right?
Yeah, it was. So, I mean, I did well in exams also. So I realized that I can do good in both. Early on, I realized that I could do good in both. But in 10th was the time where I stood my ground and I'm like, no, I'm going to take this professionally. I'm going to give all my time to my
And then
sport.
did you continue to be academically inclined as well, or you just completely moved to sports? Were you able to manage both sports and studies at some point in time?
Yeah, so I feel like that way Jain College has helped me a lot.
Yeah,
and
very helpful.
I started my 11th and 12th, my PUC as well was in Jain.
Okay.
So they were very helpful. I didn't go to college at all, and that's how I think I was able to do both.
And was that also your graduation college? Or?
Yeah, so I just finished graduation. And
amazing.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, because I think that's one area where a lot of parents are generally confused right now, and what are the stage gates? I think class 10 seems to be a big decision point.
Correct.
So as an international athlete, especially badminton player, there's a lot of travel involved, and I think back-to-back tournaments, and sometimes you just finish a tournament and there's another one starting in like less than a week's time. So how does fitness and travel go together? Because it's complete, travel is an complete antithesis of staying fit. You eat rubbish, your sleeping hours go for a toss. So how do you manage that?
You have to sort of again decide that you need to put in your work even though you're traveling, even though you've gone to different cities. So you need to find gyms close by, or there'll be stuff in the hotel as well. So you have to put in that work even if you're playing matches, even if you've lost, even if you're sort of traveling to the next tournament. You have to decide, you have to take that decision, and you have to do it for yourself. Otherwise, obviously, your fitness levels will decrease, and even your on-court skills also will decrease over time. But you need to be able to give the time even when you're traveling.
Right. And after every tournament or after every few tournaments, you and your coach probably would realize that this is one area that I want to build on, a skill you want to build on. So how is that process? Is it like a quick decision that, okay, I want to change this style, I want to add this new shot to my repertoire, or it's again gradual, or it's just one realization that, okay, this is missing? So how is that process?
Again, it depends, I feel. So there are a few things that happen over time. So there's a loop that keeps happening in every tournament, and then you realize that no, this is something that you need to work on. So that is over time. And there are some things that you realize in a split moment that this is going wrong in this tournament. In every next training session you have, you have to work on the new things that you want to learn, and then
So I think badminton also is super popular in Bangalore and maybe Hyderabad and some other larger cities in the country. So a lot of new academies and facilities have also cropped up. So are you seeing a stark difference between the facilities available when you were growing up versus now? And is it helping the sport in your point of view?
Yes, obviously now I feel like we have an app separately for just booking courts, and you can find maybe 3 or 4 badminton arenas in your locality, everywhere in the city. So it's very easy now to just sort of find a place quickly in like 5 minutes and just train if you want wherever. So that does make a lot of difference.
Got it. And first you mentioned that your family has been very supportive in your badminton journey. Can you talk a little more about it? Like I think they would have also had to make a bunch of sacrifices and just changing their schedule, etc. I'd love to know more about this, both the role of your father and mother in this journey.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Dad has always been with me from the beginning, and he's traveled with me for almost all my international tournaments. So there has been a really big decision that he's also taken to put his life aside and support me. So I'm really thankful for that. I feel like that's a really huge step that he's taken. And it has brought me to this level. I feel like without that I wouldn't have been here.
Amazing. And like I said earlier, the journey of an athlete is like very, very topsy-turvy. There are highs and lows. And can you talk about any such period where you needed to bounce back and you were able to do that? These stories are always inspirational.
So there was a time when I think last year in January I played an international challenge in Azerbaijan. Right before that, maybe a month before that, I played a university tournament in Chennai. And we played on cement courts. So I had to play quite a few matches, and I got injured there. I think there was a lot of inflammation in my foot. So there was a like a sharp pinching pain in my ankle after I came back, and there was like a time where I was like, okay, what is happening? And I decided that I'll get an MRI done, and I went to the doctor, and then. So the first doctor that I spoke to, he's like, you have to do a surgery. So that was like a crazy, like U-turn for me, because no one really likes to get a surgery done. And if you do get a surgery done, it's like 4 months gone just because of rehab, and then you come back into training. So thankfully, in the second opinion, we realized that it's just inflammation and there's nothing that serious that's gone wrong.
Yeah.
So I took some time off, that got healed. Then when I came back on court, the confidence was very low because like I had just stopped playing for like a week or two, and I had not done that great also in the earlier tournaments. So I was like, okay, will I be able to play this tournament or not? But I went and I was very nervous and very anxious before my matches. But I was able to win the first 2 matches. Slowly confidence improved.
Nice.
And I did well there.
Amazing. These stories are always, a lesson on perseverance.
Yeah.
Do you track your international rank? Is that something which is important to you, or something which is an output for you?
No, I think it's a very tricky area where it can be a positive thing, but can also be a very negative thing if you're falling. So I think it's best to just focus on you and your training and how you're doing more than the ranking.
Great. What is the best match according to you you've played, and what did you do well in that match? Maybe talking about international match.
There have been many, but I think the most memorable one that I remember is I played it 2 years back in Iran.
Okay.
So after we went there, we realized that there are no coaches allowed, because not coaches as in there are no men allowed in the stadium.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Yes,
because
of course.
Yes. During the women's matches, no men were allowed.
Yeah.
So it was a big change for me, because I've never really played without anyone sitting for me, and there were no teammates as well.
Wow.
So I was really nervous and like looking forward to it, excited as well. I think there I realized that I can do it without anyone even like sitting behind me. That's when I realized that I'm here.
Yeah, amazing. Which of the countries where you've played is your favorite badminton destination?
I think it'll be Indonesia.
Yeah. And any particular arena there which you think?
Oh yeah, the Istora Senayan.
It's amazing. That's pretty grand.
Istora is huge. It's like an amazing, the atmosphere, the people that come out to watch, the craze that's there even before you start. I mean, there are like so many people waiting outside the stadium.
Yeah.
And it's not just the players. I mean, it's the crowd. It's how huge the arena is. Yeah. So it can be very intimidating. Yeah.
Maybe I know the answer to this one, but the best competitor you've played against?
Taizui.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. And if you talk about an Indian competitor, the toughest Indian competitor you've played against?
This one I haven't thought about. I feel like everyone, most of the Indian players right now, we're all in the same level.
Yeah, I think it's a cluster now. I can clearly see that.
Yeah, no one has broken through yet.
Nice.
And I don't really know, because everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. Yes.
And just final few thoughts, Tanya. If you have to talk about one advice for a 15-year-old badminton player out there, what would that be?
Show up.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing.
Yes.
Persevere. Just keep doing what you love.
Yeah.
It will work out.
And what would your advice to be a player who isn't getting results, is showing up, but not getting results for 18 months, like a longish period?
Yeah.
It's very cool and great to have a story where a person turned it around in 18-month period. But there are examples where a person may not turn it around and then has no plan B. So what would the advice there be? Like, is there an early sign that it may not work out? Or there is no such answer?
I don't know. I think that would be a very scary situation. And then you would also be like, oh, it's just like I need to do good in this, because this is something that I love and I'm passionate about.
Great. So how are your next few weeks? What is your tournament roster looking like?
So next I'm playing the All India in Pune.
Oh, amazing.
Looking forward to it. It's been some time since I played in All India.
Yeah.
And right now I have to play from the qualification.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Yes. Amazing. All the best for your All India Championship, and like you've been a great player for Bangalore and for India, and hopefully we'll see a lot of your successes in the future. Thanks for coming, and all the best. Thank you. All the best.
Me.
Thank you so much.